are present here. Respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Ma'am, our beloved teachers, and my fellow students. I, Tanmay Mokashi, would like to take this wonderful opportunity to welcome our dear parents on behalf of my school and would like to thank them for gracing this event with their presence. If you look at history, innovation doesn't come from giving people just incentives. It comes from creating an environment where people are able to connect through their ideas. EFIA has given us one such platform where we can share our ideas and display our creativity and innovation. So without any further ado, let us see what the young and brilliant EFIAN minds have prepared for the wonderful event of EXPO EFIA.
واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون صدق الله العظيم.
Good morning to one and all present in this virtual EXPO EFIA 2022. I am most happy to see so many brilliant young scientists and artists from our school are joining this EXPO EFIA 2022 virtual exhibition. It was so wonderful to watch little kids performing various experiments which taught us that we and science are made for each other. In today's era, education is not only confined to reading and writing. It is now linked to the holistic development of the children. This is the reason Emirates Future International Academy is leaving no stone unturned to help students to experiment with their knowledge and are providing them different opportunities to showcase their skills. The EXPO EFIA is an important occasion for our students to share ideas and exchange thoughts. Dear students, science can change our future, and the future of our society lies in the hands of aspiring young people like you. Young people who can innovate, cooperate with others, and stay resilient would be able to rise up to the challenge and make our earth a better place to live. I wish you all the best in your adventure in the world of science. Thank you.
Respected teachers and friends, my name is Marcus. I am from grade 6A. Today I am going to talk about the hot air stirring engine. Now I am going to talk about the main principle of the hot air stirring engine. The main principles are heating, expansion, cooling and compression. Now I am going to talk about the main parts of the hot air stirring engine. The main parts are burner, glass tube, hot air piston, connecting rod, flywheel, cam and cold air piston and hose. Now I'm going to explain how hot air engine works. When we light up the burner, air gets heated up and expand. Due to this expansion, it pushes the piston. After 5-10 minutes, it will start rotating. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Nakshatra Reddy Naina studying in grade 6. I'm here to tell you about the types of motion. In the world of mechanics, there are different types of motion. Linear motion, periodic motion, oscillatory motion, rotatory motion and vibratory motion. Linear motion. Linear motion is natural to things that move in a straight line or a curved path. It is also known as rectilinear motion. For example, the vehicles on a road moving in a straight line or in a curved path. Periodic motion. In physics, motion is equal to repeated in equal intervals. It is also known as oscillatory motion. When an object moves side to side or to and fro, it is known as periodic or oscillatory motion. For example of a periodic motion is the pendulum of a clock, and for the example of an oscillatory motion is the swing. Rotatory motion. Rotatory motion is nothing but if a body moves on its own axis, rotates and moves on its own axis, it is known as rotatory motion. For example, our earth rotates on its own axis around the sun. Vibratory motion. In vibratory motion, the part or parts of a body are fixed and thus they can't move. But the rest of the body moves to and fro. For example, a tuning fork. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Raufia Ahmed from grade 6B. I will be showing you my science experiment, which is a smoke waterfall. Smoke normally floats up because it's hot, but the tube gave it enough time to cool down, so it floats down like water instead of going up. Stop.
Hi everyone, my name is Nevin from 6A and I am going to say what are latitudes and longitudes. All parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitude. In total, there are 180 latitudes, that is 90 degree north and 90 degree in south. 0 degree latitude is known as equator. They help to judge the climate of places and they do not meet at the poles. Now I am going to discuss what are longitudes. The semicircles running from North Pole to South Pole are called meridians of longitudes. In total, there are 360 longitudes, that is 180 degree in the east and 180 degree in the west. 0 degree longitude is known as the prime meridian. They help to find the time of places and they meet at the poles. Hope you all understood what are longitudes and latitudes. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello everyone, I am Vidhan from grade 6A. Today I am going to present my science project, the simple circuit. Let's start. Simple circuit consists of 3 main elements: the wires, the load and the battery. The current source, which is the wire, provides energy to the load, which is the fan here. The wire gets energy from this battery. The electricity loop continuously flows from source, which is the battery, to the load, which is the fan, and again comes back to the battery. Again goes to the fan, and this keeps on repeating all the time. So this was my project, the simple circuit. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivan and today I'm going to show you a magic trick. Have you seen water catching fire? Let's see. So the secret behind this magic trick is that I was using hand sanitizer. The hand sanitizer creates a layer between the fire and the water. The hand sanitizer has alcoholic substances present in it so it catches fire. The hand sanitizer does not mix with water because it is immiscible with water due to the difference between density. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello everyone, I am Vidhan from grade 6A. Today I am going to explain my social studies project, Motions of the Earth. So let's start. The first movement which you saw with the train was revolution. Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun. The imaginary line around which the earth moves around the sun is called the orbit. Afterwards, which you saw was the earth moving on its own axis. This is called rotation. Rotation is the process of the earth moving around its own axis. Axis is the imaginary line on which the earth moves. Rotation causes day and night, whereas revolution causes seasons. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shanmukapri and I am studying in grade 6B. Please find my activity communication device. It is laptop model. A laptop is a personal computer that can be easily moved and used in a variety of locations.
Good morning. My name is Sana Fatima from class 6B. My project is about electric boat. An electric boat is any boat with electric driving system, which means that this boat is completely electric. Now let's understand the circuit of this boat. The positive terminal of the battery is connected to one end of the DC motor and the other end of the DC motor is connected to one end of the switch. The other end of the switch is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Now the switch is off, which means that there is a break in the switch and the current won't flow. But when I will turn on the switch, the circuit will be closed and there will be current flowing. As a result, the DC motor will rotate. Now there is a fan connected to the DC motor. This accelerates air by pushing the boat forward. As a result, the boat will move on the water. Now I am going to switch on the boat. The advantage of this boat is it is eco-friendly and the disadvantage of this boat is it will only go as long as it is charged. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Myself Pavni Prasad Partaki. Squares are an important part of math. In many problems, we have to find squares of certain numbers. Today, I'll be demonstrating how to use this model which I have made in order to help us find the squares of some numbers very easily. Now, in order to use this model, all I have to do is move this board. Now, as you can see, the results have come. 3 and the square of 3, 9. Thank you.
Good morning all, I'm Shreya Keminjay from grade 8B. So as you all can see here, this this is my working model, and my model is related to science. Now you all might be wondering what this is, and I'm sure some of you have already seen this before, but it's okay. Let me tell you a simple definition of what this is. This is a loop wire game which involves a guiding metal loop. But before I tell you the working of this, I'll be telling you what all materials I have used to make this model. So I have used GS wire, switch, battery, bulb, electric cable wire, cardboard box and hot glue gun. So these are all the materials that are required to make this model. So now I'll be telling you all about the working of this model. So how my model works is, the object of the game should be carefully moved with the wire and the wand. When the copper wire is touched, it's like a maze. So you have to be very careful, you should not touch it. So without touching it, you can play the game. So do you all know what happens if this wand touches the wire? Let me tell you. When the wand touches the wire, you will see this bulb light up. In my electric game, the electricity starts from the battery. So do you all know how this all is related to science? The bulb lights up when a metal wand touches the wire. So what happens here is the electricity flows from the battery through the wand and the wire. So when the electricity flows through this wand, it lights up this bulb. If you have very sturdy hands, you may be able to avoid the bulb lighting up. Showing you how this model works. So first you have to do is you have to on the switch. So this is my wand, this is the wire. When I play with the wand, I should be very careful. See, so as you can see here, when my wand touches the wire, this one starts to light up, the bulb starts to light up. So that was how this model works, and thank you very much and have a nice day.
Today I am going to show my EXPO 2020 science project. So in my science project I made this air cooler and I will tell you the functions of the air cooler. So there is a switch, a battery and a cell, and we have attached the cable with the fan, and there's a DC motor also inside. So I will open and I will show you. So this is how the fan works. Now I will tell you the air cooler. So I will put some ice. I have some ice over here. So I am going to put in the this project air cooler. So I have put in some ice in the project of the air cooler. So I am going to open the switch. So now when a person comes here, so he will get a cool air. So this is my science project. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today we made a project named as Space Shuttle. So first we're going to start with the introduction. My name is Inosh.
My name is Farhan.
My name is Agnivesh.
First we're going to start with the introduction of Space Shuttle. People who make Space Shuttle, they use thrust. If you guys are thinking, what is thrust? Thrust is when the rocket pushes the propellants and pushes out the exhaust, which causes an upward force called thrust.
We will try it and show you guys now.
And have a nice day.
Hello everyone. Will robots inherit the earth? Yes, but it will be our children. This is a famous quote by Marvin Minsky. Today, I'll be presenting my project, which is based on the subject science. This is a demo of a moving boat with a fan attached. It consists of a switch, a 1.5 volt battery, a battery holder, DC motor, and a fan. I just put a model toy in order to balance the weight of the boat. When the switch is on, the motor will work with 1.5 volt battery. When the motor works, it rotates the fan attached. The rotating fan develops a force in the water and the boat starts to move. On a large scale, if a steering wheel and wheels are attached, the direction of the boat can be controlled. Now let's see whether it works or not. This is working indeed. This is my EXPO project.
Hello guys, my name is Darika Shri from 7B. Today I'm going to show you a project based on rainwater harvesting to save a very important resource, that is water. So let me show you how this project works. Due to the natural climate or weather, the rainwater falls down to the tank present in the rooftop where it's connected to the pipe and leads to the sedimentation tank where the water gets cleaned up and goes to the well, washroom and kitchen inside the home used for various purposes like watering the garden, washing the car and then mopping the floor. So what is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is the process of collection and storage of water rather than allowing it to run off.
Hello everybody, hope you're having a good day. I'm Lakshmi Pradi from grade 9B and I'm going to be presenting my science project on the topic of stylus, and I've also tried recreating the stylus using just simple household items. So if I take this and show you what it is, right, you can probably guess what it is, right? It's a stylus, pretty simple, right? And if I ask you how does the stylus work? Really easy, you can probably guess it. But I'm just going to give you a really brief introduction on how the stylus work. Now, the stylus is actually made up of metal, which is a really good conductor. Similarly, our body is a very good conductor, and as you all know, Earth is a magnetic field which actually conducts electricity. So, as the stylus is a metal object, right, when it's touching a screen like a tablet or a mobile screen, that mobile or the tablet screen is actually really sensitive to electrostatic energy. So then as we touch the screen, we can actually operate or write on it. And this conductive tip is actually normally made up of rubber or foam, which is not really considered conductive, but it actually, in the category of insulators, it can be actually considered to be the most conductive. So that's why it's used in the most cases as a conductive tip. Now, after recreating two ways of making your own stylus is just using very simple household items. Now these are the two styluses that I've created using just simple household items. So the first one I've created using aluminum foil, a cotton bud and some tape to secure it. And the second one I used a metallic pen and just some cotton buds to use as a conductive tip. So to show you guys how my stylus work, I've got a tablet here and I've got a normal stylus. Works pretty simple. Now I've got my stylus, which is made up of aluminum foil which actually conducts electricity, and what you need to do is you need to dip it in a little bit of water and you can actually write with it. What the water does is actually it conducts electricity and creates a conductive tip.
Apparatus, that is the apparatus of electrolysis. It consists of two electrodes which are positively and negatively charged, and a battery as well as an electrolyte, which is an ionic compound in which the process of electrolysis takes place. Electrolysis is the process in which electric current is made through flow through an ionic compound for an electrochemical change to take place. Now, this chemical change is that the ions that are the positive and negative ions get split up and get attracted towards the negative and positive electrodes respectively. Let's see how this project works. As you can now see, we have dipped the electrodes in the electrolyte and connected it to a battery. The electrolyte that I have used here is brine water or salt solution. The results will be NaOH as the residue in the water as well as two gases that are being formed, hydrogen and chlorine gas. Formation of bubbles can be spotted here.
RABOVA, recessive endovascular balloon occultation of the aorta, quite a long term. So let's use a short term instead. RABOVA is a minimally invasive technique using a balloon catheter to temporarily occlude large vessels in support of hemorrhage control. It is used to ensure that the patient with high risk of death is available for a longer time in order to reach in a safe hospital environment. The working principle is really simple. It includes the balloon being inflated while the pressure is applied from the outside by the doctor or the assistant.
My project is a plant cell. A plant cell is the basic unit of all plants. Plant cell, like an animal cell, are eukaryotic. The cell wall of the plant cell is made up of cellulose. The main component of plant cell, called organelles, are cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, plastids, mitochondria, and vacuoles. The nucleus controls and regulates the activities of the cell, that is, growth and metabolism, and it carries the genes. Vacuoles help in maintain water balance in the cell. Sometimes a single vacuole can take up most of the interior space of the cell. Golgi bodies is known for its central role in processing, sorting, and transport of protein into intra and extracellular components.
The students of class 12 CT are doing a project for EXPO EFIA on media vehicles of advertisement.
So do you know the media vehicles of advertisement? Let's look into them. So we have indoor, outdoor, direct and display. In indoor we have newspaper, magazines, television, radio and social media. In outdoor we have skywriting, electric signs, banners, billboards and sandwichmen. Direct advertisements, there are samples, brochures, catalogs, flyers and pamphlets. And in display we have window display, counter display, showcase display and showroom display.
Now my friends are going to enact how one of the vehicles of advertisements are done.
Let's talk about the pandemic. The pandemic has changed our lives in many ways. Who knew a small virus could do all this of change? Let's go deep into the concept of the virus. Severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS-CoV, is basically a respiratory disease which was first associated with pneumonia. And it is said that it has some zootonic or animal origin. This is how a typical COVID-19 virus would look from the outside. Let's go for the internal structure. This is how a typical structure would look like from the inside. It's got the spikes or the spike glycoproteins, and it has the membrane layer, which is the membrane protein. It has also got the hemagglutinin esterase and the central RNA. The membrane protein or the M protein is the viral protein which is responsible for the transport of nutrients, and it is also the cause of the formation of the viral envelope, and the other proteins are just accessory proteins which interfere with the host immune system. One of the most common symptoms which many people observed was loss of smell. That happens because the virus directly attacks onto the olfactory neurons and damages it. The virus can be detected in the cerebrospinal fluid, but not exactly the central nervous system or CNS. And we do not know how it travels through the brain. SARS-CoV can be actually found in the lower part of the brain, but not exactly the CNS. It is found in the cerebrospinal fluid. It remains unclear how did the virus get inside the brain. But what we can assume is that it maybe have traveled from the lungs through bloodstream and reached the brain. Throughout 2020, we saw so many variants of SARS-CoV. At present, we have 5 variants: the Alpha variant or the UK variant, the Beta variant or the South African variant, the Gamma variant or the Brazilian variant, and the Delta variant or the Indian variant, and Omicron variant, which has already spread across 57 countries already. So this was my presentation on SARS-CoV-19 virus. Thank you.
Today we're going to be talking about the human immune system. Let's look at it in 2 different perspectives. The pathogen. You can get past that if you get past the saliva, which has the lysozyme. You go down the throat, and there is a broom that is going to sweep you out just the way you came in. Now, this broom is called the cilia. Okay, let's say you get past all of this. Wait, there's more. You are almost near the bloodstream, and you think, I bet no one knows that I'm here. But the cells around sense your presence. And what do? They sound the alarms. Now, the phagocytes, which you should be on the lookout for, swim through the blood and slip out to wherever you are. They chase you and wrap themselves around you like a nice little hug. And you know what they do next? Eat you alive.
Hello, my name is Joshua and I am from class 10A. I have two projects for the EXPO EFIA competition. My first one is this exhaust fan and the second one is the series connection. First, let me start off with this exhaust fan. This exhaust fan is preferably used in kitchens where smoke is emitted due to cooking. Okay, as you can clearly see from this project, at the start we can see the 6 hollow tubes. This is for the pulling in of smoke. So when you see inside this box, you can see there's a fan connected to a DC motor. This fan, it rotates in anti-clock direction. So therefore it pulls in the smoke from outside, and then it is contained here, and then this next fan here, which is connected to the second DC motor, it is going clockwise direction. So this pushes out the smoke to this tube. Let's explain how this works. Okay, now you can see in this here, this battery. The red wire stands for the positive terminal. So this positive goes to the switch. Then from the switch it goes to both the DC motors. Then from DC motors, the black terminal, which is negative, it goes back outside here to the battery again. So now let's check if it goes anti-clockwise and clockwise. This is what we're going to check. Yeah, this goes in opposite directions. So this is for pulling in the air. Now I don't have smoke, I can't make it. So therefore I'm just going to use this tissue to show that the air is being pulled in. Now you can see. Therefore this is a working model. So now I'll go to the second project. Okay, this is a series connection. In a series connection, the positive goes to the switch. Then in this case it again goes to the bulb, connects again, and then returns back to this first bulb, and then the negative goes back to the battery. Now in a series connection, because of this, it first starts and ends in this bulb. So that's why in a series connection, the first bulb is always more brighter, more stronger than the second.
Good morning to anyone present here. My name is Harish and I'm going to present you my EXPO EFIA project. The name of the project is Homopolar motor. The materials required are
Copper wire, battery, electrical wire, ring magnet, and safety pins.
The Homopolar motor converts direct current and magnetic field into circular motion. There are various examples for homopolar motors. The first ever homopolar motor was discovered by Lawrence J. Jacoletto.
We'll now see the steps needed to make a homopolar motor. First, take safety pins, take a wire, and then roll it around them. Now, place the safety pins near the magnet. Take your battery and connect the other ends of the copper wire to the battery. Now, place the rolled copper wire between the safety pins. This motor demonstrates the principles of a homopolar motor. Compared to other motors, a homopolar motor has the advantages of simple structure, high rotor strength, and low IL loss during rotation. Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all present here. We are gathered here for the 10th EXPO EFIA 2022. The important thing is not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing, quoted by Albert Einstein. It is no secret that curiosity makes learning more effective and enjoyable. Curious students not only ask questions but also actively seek out answers. Without curiosity, Sir Isaac Newton would have never formulated the law of physics. Alexander Fleming probably wouldn't ask or have discovered penicillin. Marie Curie, pioneering research on radioactivity, may not exist. Innovation is a must and it is a mindset. Playful mind is inquisitive and learning is fun. If you indulge your natural curiosity and retain a sense of fun in new experience, I think you will find functions as a sort of shock absorber in a bumpy road ahead. One thing is certain, it will be the most innovative mind that have the best chance to emerge fresher and stronger. Congratulations to all EFIANs for their wonderful participation and a special appreciation to the winners of EXPO EFIA 2022. Be inquisitive, understand your potential. Thank you.
As we have come to the end of this event, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the people involved in making this program a big success. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to the school management for giving us this opportunity to conduct this EXPO EFIA. Next, I would like to thank our school principal, Mr. Saji Oommen, our vice principal, Ms. Raufia Salam, our CCA coordinators, supervisors, HODs, and IT team for their continuous work and support. Last but not least, I would like to thank our students who participated and their parents for the continuous motivation and inspiration to their children to help make this event a grand success. Thank you.